In the heart of the dense Nishada forest lived a young and energetic boy named Ekalavya. Born into a tribal hunter family, he had little wealth or position, but he carried within him a fierce and noble dream, to become the greatest archer the world had ever known. Ekalavya had heard tales of the mighty Dronacharya, royal guru of the Kuru princes in Hastinapura. Drona, it was said, could train warriors to be invincible. Determined, Ekalavya left the forest behind and made the long journey to the royal Gurukul, hoping to be accepted as a disciple. With humility and eagerness, Ekalavya bowed before Drona and said, "Master, please teach me the art of archery." But Drona, though wise, was bound by the customs of his time. He looked at the tribal boy and said firmly, "I am teacher to royal blood. I cannot accept you." Ekalavya's heart sank, but his spirit did not break. He returned to the forest, more determined than ever. If Dronacharya would not teach him, he would teach himself. And to honor the guru he still revered, he sculpted a statue of Drona from clay, placing it under a sacred tree. Each day, Ekalavya would bow before the statue as if it were his real teacher. He practiced tirelessly, at sunrise, under rain, through fatigue. His bow sang through the forest, arrows whistling to their mark, guided by willpower, repetition, and respect. He taught himself to hear without hearing, to see without sight, training his senses with animal-like sharpness. Slowly, he became a master not only of archery, but of silence, patience, and endurance. Even the trees seemed to whisper, "This boy is no ordinary hunter." One day, while hunting, the Kuru princes came deep into the forest. Arjuna's dog ran ahead and started barking. Moments later, it returned, its mouth sealed perfectly shut by arrows, not a drop of blood, not a single injury. The princes were stunned. Following the trail, the royal party found a boy standing calmly with a bow in hand. He was focused, dignified, and barefoot. Drona stepped forward and asked, "Who taught you such skill?" Ekalavya bowed and pointed to the statue. "You, Guruji," he said with pride and humility. Drona was struck by the boy's mastery, but also by conflict. He had promised Arjuna would be the greatest archer in the world. Quietly, he made a terrible decision. "If I am your guru, then offer me Guru Dakshina," he said. "I ask for your right thumb." Ekalavya did not flinch. Without question, without anger, he drew his knife, placed his right hand upon a rock, and severed his thumb. Blood flowed, but his face was serene. He wrapped the wound with cloth and laid the thumb before his guru's feet. He had lost the weapon of his craft, but gained a place in legend. Though his archery would never be the same, Ekalavya became immortal, not as a warrior, but as a symbol of pure devotion, silent strength, and the spirit that refuses to yield. To this day, Ekalavya is remembered not just for his skill, but for the values that echo louder than arrows ever could: dedication without expectation, learning without privilege, and sacrifice without regret. The silent archer of the forest became a hero whose voice will never fade.